Joining us today is the executive producer of a new documentary. It's highlighting African women living with epilepsy. Hannah Whitten, welcome to the show. Thanks for talking about this because it's so important to talk about. Tell me a little bit about this documentary.
Sure. Well, I'm here to promote the documentary The Curse of Stigma as one of the executive producers. The Whitten-Newman Foundation, a local private nonprofit, partnered with the Band Foundation and a local film company, Lampstand Story Company, to create the first ever documentary about epilepsy in Africa. But it's more than a movie. Any funds raised from the film will be donated by us to our partner, the International Bureau of Epilepsy, for an anti-stigma campaign in Africa.
What is epilepsy for someone that's watching going, what is that word and why is it so important to talk about?
Epilepsy is a treatable neurological condition that affects over 50 million people globally, which makes it one of the most common neurological disorders around the world.
We're going to be focusing, you guys are going to be focusing on African women living with epilepsy. Why African women? Why is this the point of conversation?
Well, our film focuses on African women who, face discrimination because of deeply embedded cultural beliefs. And in Africa alone, there's over 10 million people who have epilepsy, and over 7 million of them could live seizure-free with access to medications that cost less than $5 a year.
What's the biggest stigma they need to overcome?
Stigma is pervasive and complex, so any examples I give would be an oversimplification. But essentially, in developed countries, epilepsy looks like to have barriers to employment and to live an independent life. A seizure that lasts only a couple seconds can lead to a total loss of driving privileges in the United States. For people in developing countries, stigma looks like the inability to know that epilepsy is a treatable disease. If you don't know epilepsy is treatable, you're not seeking out anti-seizure medications.
How can people watch this documentary?
The documentary will be released at international film festivals, and after we do the film festival circuit, we will release it to the general public. For more updates on that, go to thecurseofstigma.org.
And I need to ask your personal story with epilepsy. Why is this so near and dear to your heart?
This is so near and dear to my heart because my big brother Dylan had epilepsy my entire life. We were so close, and his outlook on life was really beautiful. He passed away from sudden unexplained death in epilepsy in 2017, and I made a promise to never stop saying his name.
It's something I share too close to my heart. My mom has epilepsy, but it's something we need to talk about, and I'm so glad that you're here in Oklahoma City and we can continue to spread awareness for those living with that.
Well, thank you so much, Tevis. I really appreciate that.
Hannah, thank you. And of course, we'll be updating you all when this documentary comes out, and we will have that all on the News 9 app.